Miss Sandy, and welcome to Alphabet Adventure. Do you know what our featured letter is this month? This is our featured letter. It is the letter N. That's right. N is for nest. Now, we are going to talk more about nests later in the program, but for now, let's go ahead and focus on our letter. You notice we have two up here. The bigger one is called the uppercase, or the capital letter, and the smaller one is called the lowercase. So let's first practice making an N. Let's talk about what they look like and how to make them. So you'll notice the uppercase has straight lines. The first thing we're going to do is make a straight line down when we want to make our uppercase N. So can you put your finger up in the air like it's your pencil and make a straight line down? I bet you can do that, right? All right, so then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pick our pencil, our finger up, and we're going to come back up to the top, and we're going to slide like we're going down a sliding board. So straight line down, slide, and then we're going to go straight back up. 1, 2, 3. Now for our lowercase n, we are also going to start with a straight line. It's a little shorter. And then we're going to follow it back up and make an arch. So straight line, and then back up and around in an arch. Good. Now, N is the sound you hear at the beginning of the word nest. Can you make that sound? N, n. Kind of have to press your tongue against the back of your teeth. So we also hear that sound N in other words. So let's talk about some other words that start with the N, letter N sound. Now I brought my newspaper. Newspaper starts with the letter N. This is called the letter N newspaper, and everything in the letter N newspaper starts with the letter N. So let's see if you can identify some of these things in our newspaper. First thing we see here are these things that you pound into wood with a hammer. Do you know what they are? They are nails. That's right. This is something you might use outside to catch bugs or butterflies. Do you know what that is? It's a net. Good. This is a snack we can sometimes eat called nuts. Good job. Oh, how about this guy? He's sneaky. He's a spy. He is a ninja. Good job. This is something you wear around your neck. Neck starts with the letter N. It's a piece of jewelry and it's called, what do you think? It's called a necklace. Good. Here is a book that we put our notes in. It's called a notebook. All right, how about this? Do you know what this is? This is a number. Number starts with the letter N, and this number's name is 9. So number, name, 9 all start with the letter N. This here is a body part on our face that we smell with. What's it called? It's called our nose. And finally, we have a food that you might like to eat. It's a bowl of noodles. Okay, good job figuring out all those letter N words. All right, so let's talk about nests. Did you notice there were no nests in our newspaper? We are going to focus on nests. Now, do you know what a nest is? A nest is a place that an animal makes where they can live and stay safe and keep their babies safe, okay? Now, the animal that we most think of with building nests are these guys. What is this? This is a bird. That's right, and there's lots of different types of birds out there and lots of different types of nests, and we are going to be reading about some of them. But did you know birds aren't the only animal that build nests? Did you know that squirrels build nests, and skunks, and mice, and even bunnies build nests for their babies? So other animals build nests as well. Now, how about you? Do you have a nest? Do you have a place where you live and stay safe? Well, that's your home, right? And for these animals, the nest is their home. All right. Well, before we start with our story, I have to show you my little puppet. Now, I said there's lots of different types of birds and lots of different types of nests, and we are going to be reading about some of them. But I wanted to show you my little puppet. These type of birds, do you know what they're called? They're called a woodpecker. And listen for the sound that they make. Do you hear that? That's the sound they make when they're pecking against the tree. So see if you can spy the woodpecker in our book today. We're going to go ahead and read that now. The book is called Mama Built a Little Nest. It was written by Jennifer Ward and Steve Jenkins drew the pictures. Now, there are so many different types of birds and they don't all make the same kind of nest. Some birds make nests in very different ways, and I learned some very interesting facts when I was reading this book, so hopefully you will too. Mama built a little nest inside a sturdy trunk. She used her beak to tap, 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 the perfect place to bunk. What are these? These are woodpeckers, yep, and they make a hole in a tree for their nest. Mama built a little nest, a cup so wee and snug, with walls of moss and roof of sky, a silky cobweb rug. These are hummingbirds, and they use spider webs in their nests. Mama built a little nest. Well, actually, she didn't. She found one that another made, and then she laid me in it. Some birds use other birds' nests that are already built. Do you know what these are? These are penguins. Mama built a little nest. My daddy helped up too. They placed my egg upon his feet. Can you see that? That's where I hatched and grew. They nest their little eggs in the father on the father's feet there. What are these? Mama built a little nest by digging out a burrow. It was a hoot, our little home, a safe and feathery furrow. These are burrowing owls, and they dig their nest down in the ground. Daddy built a little nest. Now don't gross out. With spit. He built it with spit. Who would have thought that spit would make the perfect place to sit? Goodness, did you know that? Mama built a sturdy nest by stacking twigs up high, a breezy house upon a tree where talons blend with sky. These are eagles, and they build big nests up on top of trees. Mama built a little nest entirely out of mud. No feathery down, no soft green plants, just fuddy, muddy crud. And that is, do you know what type of bird? A flamingo. You have a nest, your very own, a place to rest your head with pillows soft and cozy thoughts. Your nest is called a bed. Aw, there we go. I hope you learned something in that book about all the different birds and their nests. Okay, we're going to do a fun rhyme now called Two Little Blackbirds. Now, before we do it, I want to tell you that if you come by the library, you can pick up one of these bags by June 15th. And if you do that, you can get one of these bags that has supplies to do some activities that I'm going to share with you later. But I'm going to show you one of those activities right now. And that is, you will get the supplies to make these two little blackbird puppets. You will get 2 sticks and 2 bird cutouts, and then you can glue or tape them to the sticks, and you will be able to do this poem that we're going to do right now. Now the rhyme or the poem that we're going to do is called Two Little Blackbirds, which I'm sure you've heard before. And in that poem are lots of opposites. Do you know what opposites are? Opposites are words that are very different from each other. So some examples of opposites would be if something is really high, what's very different from being high? Low, right? High and low are opposites. How about if someone is asleep? What's the opposite or very different of being asleep? It would be awake, right? See how that works? If something is really big, what would the opposite be? Something that's really small. All right, well good. We're going to go ahead and do this rhyme and see if you can hear all the opposites in this rhyme with our 2 little blackbirds. 2 little blackbirds sitting on a hill, one named Jack and one named Jill. Fly away, Jack. Fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack. Come back, Jill. Good. 2 little blackbirds sitting on the snow. One named Fast. The other named Slow. Fly away fast. Fly away slow. Come back fast. Come back slow. Two little blackbirds sitting on a cloud, one named Quiet, the other named Loud. Fly away, quiet. Fly away, loud. Come back, quiet. Come back, loud. Two little blackbirds flying in the sky. One is flying low, the other is flying high. Fly away low, fly away high. Come back low, come back high. Two little blackbirds sitting on a gate. One named Wobbly and one named Straight. Fly away, Wobbly. Fly away, Straight. Come back, Wobbly. Come back, Straight. Two little blackbirds sitting on a lily. One named Serious and one named Silly. Fly away, Serious. Fly away, Silly. Come back, Serious. Come back, Silly. Okay, I hope you had fun with our two little blackbird rhymes, and I hope you make those puppets. And you can come back and watch the video and do it later as well. Okay, we are going to do one more book. I want you to stand up for this one. This one is a book with lots of fun movements where you can act like a bird. It's called Hooray for Birds, and it was written and illustrated by Lucy Cousins. Look at all the colorful birds on that page and all the different kinds of birds. Can you imagine, just for one day, you're a busy bird? Yes, a bird. Hooray! The sun is up, the sky is blue. Wake up and shout, cock-a-doodle-doo! Can you shout cock-a-doodle-doo? Good. Flap your wings and you can fly higher and higher up in the sky. Hop, hop, hop. Can you hop, hop, hop like that little bird is hopping? And peck, peck, peck like a woodpecker. Now swim along and stretch up your neck. You pretend you're swimming. Stretch your neck up high like the swan. Say, hello, darling, like a parrot. Then swoop like a starling. Swoop up and down. Swoop around and around and around. Scratch the ground with your feet. Oh, can you scratch the ground like he's doing with your feet? Catch a fly with your beak. Let's just pretend. Let's not really try to catch a fly with our beak. Stand very tall on just one leg. Ooh, that's what the flamingos do. Can you do that? Can you balance and stand still on one leg and then try the other leg? Say cluck, cluck and lay an egg. Oh goodness, I don't think we can do that, but we can say cluck, cluck, can't we? Catch a wiggly snake. Let's just pretend with that one too. And stretch out our wings. You can do that. Open your beak and sing, sing, sing. Can you sing like a bird? Tra-la-la, tweet, tweet, tweet. Hum, 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 cheep, cheep, cheep. Waddle like a penguin in the snow. Run like an ostrich. Go, go, go. Show off your tail and puff out your chest. Then cuddle up close with Mama in your nest. Oh, that's the best part about being a bird, I would think. Cuddling up in that nice cozy nest. Okay, so as I said earlier, if you come by our children's desk or drive-up window by June 15th, you can pick up a bag that has the supplies to do some of these ideas I'm going to share with you. One of the things you'll see in the bag is this paper. This paper has the names of the books we read. It has the words for the opposite rhyme that we did. It also has all the ideas I'm going to share with you and even some additional things you can do at home. All right, so you will see some letter end practice sheets like I told you, so you can work on making those letter ends. You will also see instructions to make your own little nest. Now I've given you the basic materials. I gave you a cardboard square with a circle on it. So you're going to cut out that circle and save the scraps because you're going to use those for making the nest. I also gave you some yarn, some fabrics, paper. You're going to cut all those up into little strips and glue them on your circle. And like I said, use the extra cardboard too. Liquid glue works best for this. And then you'll also have 3 little white puffs that you can put in the middle, like the little eggs in the nest. All right, then I gave you all the supplies to make this letter N bird nest craft. Now you're gonna see lots of squares of paper for this one because I want you to be creative and do the cutting. But you do have the letter N cut out, and then there'll be a brown square that you can cut strips and glue on to make a nest. There'll be a little light blue square that you can cut little eggs. There will be another blue square where you can kind of cut an oblong shape. You can be creative to make your bird body. There'll be a yellow square to make a beak. There'll be an eye and a feather. Now my feather had a long tail on it, so I had to snip that off. But you can cut all those things out and glue them together to make your letter N. Okay, this next one is kind of fun. Well, I think they're all fun, but I gave you a paper lunch bag like this, and you're going to start at the top, open it up, start at the top, curl it down and crunch as you go. Keep going until you get all the way to the bottom, and you'll get something that looks like this. It's like a little nest. Then I gave you some printouts of colorful birds. Now you can cut these birds out and you can do sorting with them. You'll notice there are different colors of birds, there are different kinds of birds, there are different sizes of birds. So you could put all of the big birds in your nest or all the green birds in your nest. And if you have more paper bags, you can make more nests and sort that way. So maybe one nest has all the big ones, one has the medium-sized ones, one has the little ones. So you can have fun sorting and practicing your colors and sizes with that one. All right, now I want to share a couple ideas that you can do with materials from home. You could make a nest of your own with some blankets and pillows, make a cozy place where you can rest and maybe read some books. So that's a fun thing. You could also do something with feathers. If you have feathers at home, you could paint with them. If you have watercolors, you could go ahead and use a feather to paint and make your own masterpiece and see how it comes out differently than when you paint with a paintbrush. And then finally, I always like to share a fun snack that you can do that goes along with our alphabet adventure theme. These are bird nest cookies, and I have the recipe on that green sheet I showed you. They're very simply the chow mein noodles, and you melt some chips. You can do chocolate chips. These are a mixture of chocolate and peanut butter. You could do butterscotch, whatever you like. Mix those up, scoop them onto a tray, and kind of form them into the little nest shape, and then press M&Ms in there to look like eggs or other small candies, and then let them set. And you have a yummy treat that looks like a bird nest. Well, that is all I have for our alphabet adventure today. I hope you have fun trying out these ideas, and I hope to see you back at the library again soon. Bye-bye.